understand that was in jest, and I'm going to stop trying to be funny. That's my. I'm going to stop trying to be funny.
That's a good idea there, Coach. Just try to stop being funny. It's Sunday night. It's Altitude After Dark, Altitude Football with your boys, DMac and Coach Sanford on what was one of the weirder weeks in Broncos history, Coach. I don't know how else to put it.
There's a lot of weird things happened in the last 10 years. So to say it's the weirdest week when the last 10 years have included the likes of Paxton Lynch, who's now a Arena 2 superstar. And congrats to Paxton, just throwing dimes. And then, of course, how about the NFLPA has a new executive committee, two of which are former Broncos, Brandon McManus and Case Keenum. Congrats.
Way to go, guys. That's amazing.
More importantly, I think over the last, we'll call it 48 hours, I think the Denver weather has done a whole heck of a lot more. There's been a lot more activity to monitor. I mean, Chris Bianchi is the most exciting guy to follow right now because his weather at least is doing something.
Well, I think Chris is predicting like a nuclear meltdown by Wednesday with the tone of some of his tweets about the radical change in weather. On a very quick personal note, we woke up this morning and it's spring break for the CU students, and we contacted our kid. It was like, all right, it might be a good day for us to come on up there. In all honesty, Cat Cave might have had a libation or two at the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Yeah. I saw you guys down there. That was fun.
And
I should have joined you guys, man.
It was something, man. And there may have been a drunk promise to go visit the kid the next day. And we wake up in the southern hinterlands of Lone Tree. And I felt like it was like, wait, we're not going to Boulder today. This is ridiculous out there.
Oh, my gosh.
But once we got a little bit north of Denver, there was like nothing. And I mean, scant traces of snow up there. And when we returned, there was nothing until we got to, like the University of Denver. So I'm sure there in Highlands Ranch, where you are in my area, it didn't stop snowing like the whole day. It just kept going.
All right. No offense to the fine people who live in Highlands Ranch, but don't you put that on me, man. I'm a Littleton guy. I'm a little town guy, man, and I'm in a little house in Little Town. I'm not in a ranch of Highland. Okay,
my bad.
Yeah. So there might be some trade rumors, at least something to monitor.
Talk to me what you're hearing.
Nothing. But Brian Baldinger, I know everybody's hanging on to anything that they could find. Is that there's been some linkage of the AJ Brown trade speculation around a first round pick to the Denver Broncos. I wouldn't completely rule it out.
I thought that was all Patriots and Rams. I thought the Broncos were out, but are we going from like 4 days ago?
No, I mean, I think it's still kind of stayed alive a little bit. I mean, there's a tiny bit. Although I would say Jalen Waddle was another one that was potentially going to be a potential Bronco trade bait from the Dolphins. He decided to open his big fat yapper, huh?
How about
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, he said he could beat the shit out of Pat Surtain. Is that what you're talking about?
So apparently Waddle's not going to be a Bronco, I don't think. I don't think that's going to happen.
We're talking about like fighting. Like we could fight, like physically fight.
That's the weirdest thing ever. Yeah, and so I don't know. Ooh, it's a great new thought for our podcast name for you and me, DMac.
What's that?
Bike and Mike.
Mike and Mike.
Well played, Camo. Well played. That's really good. D-Mike, for those of you who don't fully understand the bit there, D-Mac is Mr. Bike. It is his main form of transportation. It's why he has, you might not be able to tell right now with the angle that the camera's on, but the guy he's a chiseled work of art, washboard abs, perfectly formed gluteus maximus. So
calm down. I will say now that gas is $432 a gallon, that all of a sudden my biking habits are looking a little bit more reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, your odds of if something bad happening could go up. The more you do it.
Sure. There's that.
I don't want to throw that too much in the universe, but I mean, what was your biggest takeaway from? I don't know, man. What do you think is going to be explained when you get around, when we get closer to the draft,
That's a great
is that going to be the first media availability that Broncos are going to really have for their people?
They're pretty quiet at this time, and I've seen a few pressers with guys that are signed, but the Broncos didn't do anything like that since Sean's been around. They used to do that all the time, but so we would have had press conferences with Alex Singleton,
right?
With Justin Strnad, with all
J.K. Dobbins, maybe.
Sure, absolutely. In the past, they would have done media like that for those guys, and they've just shut it all down.
In the absence of a J.K. Dobbins press conference or an Alex Singleton press conference or even a Lucas Kroll press conference, I don't know about the hottest Bronco for sure. But in the absence of all of that, did you see J.K. Dobbins released? He made a graphic with like a thank you Bronco, like it was like a whole page. It looked like he was retiring. I saw I was scrolling through X. I'm like, oh, J.K. Dobbins is done. Like that was pretty short lived on this new deal. And of course, it was probably because J.K. I mean, it sounds like it appears that J.K. is pretty active on the socials and pretty in tune with what people are saying about him.
That's sure.
He wanted to set the narrative straight without a presser, right? If you don't get that presser, I mean, it was very, very kind, very positive. It was very much about, the fan base of Denver and, a chip on his shoulder to prove everybody not wrong, but that he's going to work to be the best running back in the National Football League and through health and all that. But it was interesting. J.K. Dobbins feels like he's a bit kind of on pins and needles on this whole deal. It's interesting. Like it's like I think he's got something massive to prove, but it's almost like he's trying to kind of prove his worth and value to the fan base that doesn't quite agree with him being the only running back with veteran experience that's coming back. And he's kind of going out to make sure that that people know that he's valuable.
Well, do you think there's more pressure on him than anybody else from this class?
Yeah, especially his health.
I mean,
right?
he's
going to deliver as a player.
Like
he's healthy.
Like, hey, it's cool for Strnad and Singleton.
It's hard to argue with that, right? Like it's hard to.
That's right. But the one player that the Broncos may have reached on in bringing back the most is J.K. Dobbins, and it feels like Dobbins realizes that.
He knows it. He feels it. He listens to it. He sees it. I think that J.K. Dobbins and Sean Payton might both be on the stupid little internet shows and on the comments and social media, maybe as much as anybody around the Broncos organization. I don't think is on those too much, just really fully candidly.
Sure, of course.
I think George Payton is completely locked off from that world, entirely locked off. I think he could give a rat's rip what any of us think about his inactivity during this.
Well, do you think this was more George Payton or Sean Payton, the inactivity, the running back Broncos?
The running back Broncos that are going to actually have the same running back group. See what I did there? They feel like a perfect storm of Sean Payton wanting to prove everybody out there that I can do it without superstars. I think that's part of it. And then I think George Payton is, generally speaking, a little bit more deliberate and conservative in his approach since he essentially probably touched the hot stove and got burnt with Russell Wilson. And I don't think he wants to have any more Russell Wilson deals. I think when you listen to a George Payton presser, Darren, like we like George Payton, great dude, right? There's nothing to dislike about George Payton, but what would you say about George Payton's press conferences, Darren?
Oh, I need toothpicks to keep my eyes open.
They're boring, right?
They're boring, they're bland, and you have to go way back to try to link anything. I mean, it's nothing that's that interesting. Yes, to your point.
And so a lot of times, the actions of coaches, the actions of this, decision makers often at times take on their personality, right? I think it's the perfect storm of, we'll call it, boring George Payton, and we'll call it snarky Sean. And the two of them combined mean absolutely nothing to talk about other than talking about the nothing for the last 6 days here in Broncos country.
I think we have found a theme for them, and that's the run it back Broncos with the same running backs. So I don't know if we've stumbled on something or if the folks at DNVR have already made a t-shirt about it, but I'll take credit for it, or we'll take credit for it. The running back Broncos are a real thing. By the way, there are deals getting done, including today. Dallas Goedert signed a 1-year deal.
Not with the Broncos.
No, of course. Come on.
No, not with the Broncos. Just make that clear.
A 1-year deal with the Eagles. So you could have had Dallas Goedert, I guess.
He was available. He was an unrestricted free agent, was he not?
He sure was. I mean, we are in the land of the 1-year deals now, man. And like, if you're in the NFL or want to be in the NFL, coacher, and that phone hasn't rung and you don't got a deal done, or you're working on something right now, holy cow, there may be some nerves going on right now for sure.
100%. I mean, gosh dang, man. Like we've talked about quite a bit. If you're not one of the Broncos that was re-signed, my word, that's probably not a good sign for not just your value with the Broncos organization, but probably league wide.
But trades are weird though. Trades can always happen. Sometimes trades take time to work itself out. So Darren, I don't want to say that's completely done.
Darren, the best indicator of future events is past events. And since Sean Payton's been here, talk to me about a trade that's happened other than for him.
That's a great question.
I think that Sean Payton's the only trade that's happened.
They must have done something.
Think about it.
Holy cow.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's been pick swaps. There's been pick swaps in the draft. That's it, really. I mean, just jockeying for various. I mean, you throw in a future 7th and this year's 2nd to move up in the 2nd round. I think that was the RJ Harvey deal, if I'm not mistaken.
Adam Troutman traded for? Are you frozen or are you just thinking?
No, I'm thinking.
Okay.
I don't.
All right, hold on.
Adam Troutman was a trade?
I don't know. Troutman. Hold on. I'll look it up.
That's wild to think that's the only trade. That'd be the perfect.
I don't even know if that was a trade. I just got him signing. I'm not typing the right stuff into the.
It was. Yeah. I mean, you want to hear? Okay, the original trade was in 2023. Denver traded that season's seventh round pick, the number 257 overall, to the Saints for the player. That's it.
Good pickup by. We gotta give.
That's a really good call. Really good call.
Denver Trav. Like
that's pretty legendary right there.
That's impressive right there, bro. Was JFM traded for?
I thought he was.
Might have been.
Oh, I'll get you right here.
2 clowns of Denver sports.
That sounds fun.
Appreciate it.
I like that.
JFM might have been that might have been a deal too. If you're looking it up, that's good. It can save us time. And here's
it was a trade in 2024 for a 2026 6th-round pick. Okay. So this year's 6th-round pick is going to go into the Jets for a player that's no longer with you. He's a Tennessee Titan.
I worry with tight end production, like people have talked about when Troutman is in the game. Defenses know we're running. Ingram is out there. All right, why don't we talk about the tight end position if people have some interest in that? Like, how do you think it sets up? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? And what could they possibly do about it in the draft?
All right, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to the fact that you have a new play caller. That matters. And that play caller is going to be consistently in the room during game prep, during game planning, during installation with the quarterback, with Davis Webb and Bo Nix being in the same room on a daily basis, opposed to Sean Payton, who was in the room, but not as frequently as certainly a guy like Davis Webb, who's not going to be concerned with running an entire team and, frankly, a franchise organization. So I think that Davis Webb and and Bo Nix in kind of we'll call it year 3, but we'll say in year 2 of this tight end group, especially with Evan Ingram, I think they become a bigger part of what they do. I do. I think that Adam Troutman is a sufficient starting wide tight end that's an inline blocker. He has better pass catching chops, I believe, than a lot of people give him credit for. He's not going to create a huge play out of something very standard. And then Lucas Kroll was a little bit banged up this year. I mean, they're veteran players that know the game. They know the flow of the game. And I agree with this. I hate to say this, but we can't give up on Evan so easily. I agree. He's got another year on his contract. He had a couple drops here and there, but I didn't feel like Evan Ingram played terribly. I feel like Evan Ingram just wasn't really a part of what Sean Payton was doing.
Gotcha.
I mean, it didn't feel like there was I never felt like Evan Ingram was like, there was any design for Evan Ingram. It was just, hey, he's plugged into these spots, and he's third or fourth in the progressions. He chipped a lot like little Jordan Humphrey does, chip and protection, release to the flat. It's where a lot of his catches came. So the numbers they're not going to wow you. There wasn't a lot of design for him. I felt, I don't know about you, DMac, but I felt like there's actually been more design, especially in the red zone, for Nate Atkins over the last 2 years.
Wow.
Like you think about, like, Nate Atkins has been freed up to do something, whether it's a misdirection, play action, half roll to the right, and then you sneak out the tight end leak play to a guy like Adam Troutman. And that might just be vintage Sean Payton, chef's kiss. Nobody's expecting that to that player, as opposed to the Joker that I advertised all off season.
All right. This is the most nervous I've been.
Sorry, that's me. I'm trying to hide that. My bad. That's on me.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Sorry.
I just was hiding I did it while you were picking the one.
Sounds good. Let's get into what other teams did here in a second. We want to thank our great friends at Journey Spice. Hang on one second.
There's a world of flavor out there, and to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
All right. Thank you to Journey Spice. And if you use this QR code, you'll save yourself. You can go to Amazon.com and save yourself 10% using the QR code Altitude26. Journey Spice comes in doubles, quads, singles. It tastes great on every single meal that you can imagine. Journey Spice for the win. Thank you, Andon and Rosa. We love you guys. We love Journey Spice. One more time, throw that QR code on. Get yourself to Spice Heaven. Let's look at some of the other teams and what they did. ESPN did free agency hits and misses, that sort of thing. One of the big hits they gave was the Chiefs for Kenneth Walker III. What degree is that a hit for them and a miss for the Broncos?
It's a massive hit. You went out and got a really reliable runner of the football that, I think he has a play style that doesn't exactly wow you all the time, even though his numbers showed this year that he was an explosive playmaker above 20 yards. But he's not the runaway speed talent. He's not the guy that at this stage of his career, and he's not an old guy, but he's not in his first 2-3 years as a running back, but he's not the guy that's going to take it 80 yards to the crib. But he is going to consistently hit for singles, doubles, and he can hit a triple now. I think that Patrick Mahomes, whenever he does come back, I think they're going to love having a very dependable running back that they have, frankly, not had in the Patrick Mahomes era. I mean, who has it been? Pacheco was a kind of a fun guy, kind of came out of nowhere. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was fun.
Sure.
Kareem Hunt's done some decent things, but it's never been like that you have the bona fide running back. And that's something I know that as the league continues to trend, it's kind of trending towards becoming more of a running the ball league again, and running the ball wins championships. I mean, the most recent failed championship run for the Chiefs was that they fell at the hands of elite defense, elite pass rush, and a crippling ground game. And that was the Philadelphia Eagles. And so you start getting into the copycat league type mentality, and that's what the Chiefs have done. So I think it's an A+ move for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Now, it's one thing when Travis Etienne wants to just go home to Louisiana, and maybe there really wasn't anything you can do. Once the Saints threw out $13 million, that was the tiebreaker going home. Okay, fine. He wants his name to be pronounced correctly. He wants some good old Creole and andouille sausage. Fine. But you could have got Kenneth Walker, I guess. I mean, he came to the AFC West. He came to a team that needed a running back, and he came to a team that, was a contender, or at least could have been a contender. So why didn't they go after Kenneth Walker?
I go back to Boring George. All right. And I like Boring George. I'm a fan of George Payton. but I do think that he's he gives me the feeling of one of those general managers, personnel guys that is so consumed with the thought of let's not overpay. Let's not give somebody a contract that their market value right now is massively inflated. And we've heard that a ton from both Sean Payton when he's talking about his parents' couches. Do you remember that whole conversation?
Of course.
And then we've heard it, kind of not quite as not as creatively eloquated from George Payton, but basically that the market sometimes doesn't make a lot of sense. And I think that they think that the market didn't make sense for running backs. And frankly, I think we can agree to disagree. I disagree. I think that Kenneth Walker III, Travis Etienne are guys that were worthy of paying anywhere between $12 and $16 million annually. I do. I just look at the last two Super Bowl championships, and those are with two teams that had elite defenses, and really the missing piece was get a really, really good back. And that's what the Eagles did. And then that's frankly what Seattle did until they didn't.
So it's a miss.
It's a mess.
Romeo Doubs with the Patriots.
See ya. Fine.
Don't care.
I've covered. I've followed that team really consistently, meaning the Packers. Romeo Doubs is. You want to talk about an up and down. I mean, that's a player that looks good when he's at his best. You say that's a real dude, and then you just go through the dropsies. I mean, you essentially have a thinner version of him right now in Troy Franklin. Big physical cat that can get behind defenses, but at times it looks like he's fighting the football. Doesn't naturally catch it.
Mike Evans, San Francisco 49ers.
Would have felt a little redundant with Cortland Sutton at this stage of Mike Evans' career. Bigger receiver, probably a better red zone target at this stage than even Sutton. Although I love Sutton's red zone chops in 23 and 24. Russ's final year with Denver and in Bo's first year. This year was a little bit of a regression year from Cortland, just in terms of creating touchdown-worthy plays and scoring in the red zone. But yeah, I there was nothing about Mike Evans that got me super fired up to say that you need. For me, if you bring in a wide receiver one and you pay for it dearly, whether that be that move up in the draft, which I don't think is going to happen for a wide receiver, or somewhere in the trade market, you've got to have something different than what you currently have on the roster. And that's like, I know everybody thinks there's a lot of Broncos fans that think I'm insane for saying AJ Brown, but one thing he's got, man, he's got that big, physical, strong presence of a guy that can go catch the football violently when it's in the air, and then he can run through arm tackles. He's a run after catch, strong physical cat that's got big time top end speed. And you look at it, he's a guy that's gone for over 1,000, even up to 1,400 in his career, which the Broncos just don't appear to have.
Now that we have seen the dust more or less settle for free agencies, and man, Sam Mustipher, I'm sorry, bro, that really sucks. I mean, you know.
But look, so I know this has been a bit, and I've listened to the bit on PhD, and I'm gonna stand up for my guy, Sam Mustipher. He was our center at Notre Dame when I was coaching there. Here's the thing about Sam that was different is he was a Charger this year. So you remember you just picked him up when you were having some center health problems, when you were dealing with Forsyth was kind of banged up, and you never knew if it just Wattenberg was banged up, then Forsyth got a little banged up. He was an insurance piece that had been a part of preseason camp the year before. So he's a little bit like Mercedes Lewis in the sense that he wasn't an original part of this roster to start to finish. So
you're taking it more serious than anything. All right, fine.
No, I'm not taking it seriously, and I'm not getting defensive. I'm saying even more so, Mercedes Lewis wasn't a part of this roster when you started the year, nor was Sam Mustipher. And then the only other Bronco that wasn't retained was Michael Burton, who was hurt the whole year. So truly all three of those players have a massive asterisk by them. So you brought back the entire roster that was with your football team to start the year.
Isn't that crazy?
It's nuts.
So now that has happened, and I'm looking at mockdraftdatabase.com. It's great. And they aggregate everything by a smidge. I mean, a smidge. CJ Allen is still the favorite at number 30. Then it goes Omar Cooper, Kevin Concepcion, Caden McDonald. But I mean, these are so small, it's barely worth mentioning. Whereas the category other is like quadrupling times 5 the rest of them. So there's a long way to go here, and there's hardly a consensus. Where's your head at least what you think they'll do, unless you think there is like just a perfect fit at number 30 right now?
Well, it's going to matter a lot by, in terms of if we've learned anything, the Jahdae Barron pick a year ago was the one that was solely made on the way that they had evaluated and listed him. And I think they verbalized that they thought of him more as a top 15 caliber player. And when he was available in the 20s, it was a no-brainer. So if there's any good indicator of future events, they're probably going to end up drafting best available yet again at pick 30. So with that being said, Darren, who the hell is that?
I don't know. It's probably going to be Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, the safety out of Toledo.
Yeah.
It's probably Mel Kiper's probably going to be right. They lost PJ Locke, I guess on purpose. They didn't want to spend the money on him. You got Brandon Jones and Hufunga. So JL Skinner is there too. So is Devon Key, I suppose, although he's there more for special teams than anything. So you could see them. You could see that, or you could see a developmental inside linebacker. I could see both kind of equally, frankly. And I think both of those positions will have falling stars. I do.
Well, so of the most recent mock drafts over the last week, there is Sam Schneider, Matthew Gideon, A to Z Sports, Kyle Krabs, CBS Tom Fernelli, Brett Whitefield, and Cody Williams. There are 5 out of 7 of the last mock drafts that have been submitted to NFL mock draft database.
There you go.
Have Eli Stowers as a Denver Bronco.
Well, you know how excited that would make you and I.
Yeah, we'd be fired up. A power slot. You can get a power slot that can become a touchdown maker for you. That's a legitimate bona fide matchup disaster for nickels and big, a big Sam, like a bigger base Sam linebacker would have a big problem. And then I think that there is something to be said, and I know we're going to talk ourselves into this, and then there's going to be somebody drafted. You and I are going to be on a live show, and we're going to be all building this up. We're going to talk about Stowers. We're going to talk about Cooper, who I love, the receiver out of Indiana. I'd be fired up if Cooper drops to 30. And then
had him in for a visit.
We'll even talk about a couple of defensive players at linebacker. Who is it? Allen? What's our guy's name?
CJ Allen.
Yeah, CJ Allen. I don't know much. I need to do some study on him. But we're going to end up our mind's going to be Brocked again. And Sean Payton, George Payton, that crew is going to show us again that they're smarter than we all are, right?
It'll be like a guard. I mean, it'll go somewhere. Hey, this guard was supposed to go 20th, and he fell to 30. So he
was too good. He was too good. He's just too good. On him. Yeah, I mean, he's just a really good guard. He's a great guard. Right. He's got really good hands, really, really good punch. Great guard. Fine guard.
We appreciate everybody watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be back on Tuesday. I'm just going to give you a little WBC action right here, dude.
Okay, talk to me.
O'Neal Cruz, who is an unbelievable player, is facing Mason Miller of Team USA, who throws 100 miles an hour. Oh, my God. The score is 2-1 USA. The big dumper got benched today. He's out. So they got Will Smith. Who is that catching? Is that Will Smith? I'm not even quite sure. Not sure. Anyways, it's not Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh's not in the game.
Dumper's out.
Dumper got benched as Alex Bregman. Okay. Well, I don't know much about him. There's now a runner on second with 1 out. That was a pass ball, by the way. Hit the catcher in the glove. O'Neal Cruz is up. First base is open. The U.S. is up 2-1. It's the bottom of the 9th, bro. This is it. So the Dominican against the U.S., runner on second, 1 out. You up for a little watch along here, or do you got to run?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now myself.
All right, because this is an unbelievable moment right now. O'Neal Cruz is a killer. Wow. Mason Miller basically throws every fastball 101 miles an hour, but still a young guy, a little wet behind the ears, and he's the perfect guy if he can get the ball over the plate, but control's an issue, and obviously he's got a little mix up with a catcher he doesn't work with all that much, and the game is coming down to the absolute wire. If you've actually paid attention to the United States, like all their games have been close. Wow, huge cut there, 101 miles an hour.
So what's your count right now?
I got 2-2.
2-2 count.
Do not get ahead of me.
I wanted to make sure we're syncing, brother.
I got 2-2. Well, I'll kill you if you get ahead of me.
I'm slightly ahead of you.
All right, so then just keep that yapper shut. Just let me sort of steer the
Here,
ship.
what I'm going to do? Tell me when the next pitch is completed.
All right, he's in the wind up. Here's the 2-2 pitch. He throws it, ground ball to short. They make an easy play, 6-3. That puts a runner on third with 2 outs. We're coming down to it, bro. So you can't have a pass ball, you can't have a base hit. But anything else, you're looking good if you're Team USA.
Okay, is your instant replay showing how close the play was? Is that done yet?
Yeah, right now.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. All right, so now you're showing who was that grounded out?
O'Neal Cruz.
Okay, so O'Neal Cruz. So now you have Miller, and then who's up? This is Perdomo. Geraldo Perdomo.
I don't know much about him.
I've never heard of him, but he's probably.
I don't know much about him.
Probably a great player. He's probably
right.
He probably makes $115 million a year.
I know. Perdomo, he popped right up. He's played shortstop for the Diamondbacks. Okay. Oh shit, he was an all-star in 2023. Of
course he was.
Oh, so right. So I'm sorry that I'm not.
So he popped up. Oh, I thought you meant he popped up like.
No. Like
his name. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I should absolutely know him. That's totally my bad.
What's your count right now?
We got 1-1.
Oh, perfect. I think
we've got a stud. We've got an absolute stud. Lefty stud for the Dominican up right now. There's 2 outs.
And they got the matchup
up 2-1. And blistering 101 miles an hour, strike 2. Here we go.
That was gas.
What do you do? Do you try to fool him a little bit, or do you say,
no, you got it. You got it.
On best. Let's go.
That's elevator fastball up in the numbers.
If you can hit it, more power to you.
Elevator fastball. Put it right above his lettering.
With a runner on third, I don't know if I'd throw anything off speed because it's too risky to go in the dirt.
Oh, there it was.
Out with heat. He just gave 102 miles an hour.
102 high and right.
You could keep it out of the zone here too if you want to a little bit because first and second are open. So you can have some fun here if you want.
Miller's going to go down with what brought him, man. It's going to be straight jack, just juice.
Here we go.
That wasn't a bad pitch.
Well, he threw a little off-speed pitch right there.
Slider is nibbling. I actually didn't like the frame job by the catcher there.
Boy, that is risky, man, with a runner on third. All right, full count. It's got to be gas. You can leave it out of the zone, though. It's okay if you walk them. It's not that bad if you walk them. Straight heat, high heat, foul off. Let's do it again.
There was that.
Come on, bro. This is when baseball is fucking awesome, right?
It's really good. That was the elevator fastball right there.
Yeah, he threw high heat. He's got a chase, of course. Can't go down looking at it. That was a good job by Perdomo laying off the breaking pitch outside the zone too. All right, here we go. Full count. First and second open. WBC on the line. Whew. Straight heat. That was dead red, buddy. That was
101 right down Broadway. Right down Main Street, brother. That was Hershey Highway all the way.
Oh, my God.
Woo!
Oh, my God. That was hysterical. Wow. If you've got some sort of off-speed pitch, this would be the time.
Yeah.
If you could tunnel it right here, if you
right
trust the catcher.
There it is. There it is. Oh, he got it.
There it was.
Oh! Great goal.
Wow.
Oh, that was
a breaking pitch. It was like a little slider.
Yeah, it was slider.
Oh, I don't know if that was in the zone, man. And they don't have ABS here. Oh, we got to take a peek at that, bro.
That was a pitcher strike, but that was a great pitch.
Oh, my God.
When it's a breaking ball with late action, though, it should be caught just south the zone.
Oh, man. Perdomo did not offer. I think it might have been all right. And by the way, I don't know if you caught it, but Venezuela with Ezequiel Tovar starting at shortstop beat Japan.
That's wild. We got Venezuela versus the United States. Aaron Judge.
Well, that was in the quarterfinals. There's I think there's another semi coming.
No, these were the 2 semis, weren't they?
No. Let me double check. I thought that was a quarter. Was that a semi with Japan and Venezuela?
Who else would be left that can play that's good at baseball?
You know what? You're right. Actually, you're right. My bad.
I mean, the best four.
You're right.
Those four, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if they show this replay. I want to see this.
Yeah, they might want to keep that replay kind of.
Oh, here it is.
Let's see.
Okay,
Let's see.
Ooh, that's low.
Oh,
That's
I think
really
I
low.
think it's ball 4.
Oh, that's really low.
Oh shit! I think that was ball 4, bro.
I want to see it from this side angle. Fox Sports. Where's this game being played? Is this
Miami?
Okay.
So the Dominican representation would be high.
Elite level of Dominican.
Hell of a pitch. The reason why that is such a great pitch is because you could afford to walk him. So throwing the ball slightly out. Yeah, great pitch. Because if you walk him, big deal. No big deal. No biggie whatsoever if you walk him.
Mason Miller, look at that tall drink of water. My gosh.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, that was fun. I hope everybody enjoyed it. That was different for us to do a little watch along for baseball. You should have seen my bottom of the 8th. Rockies. Yeah, Pelskins a big. Well, anybody next to Ken Rosenthal is a big fella. I'd be a big fella next.
Yeah.
All right. Any final thoughts here as we say goodbye?
I'm just excited for another week of inactivity. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. I don't even know if there's many spots left.
We'll have a variety of different topics, and we'll start really gearing up for the draft, by the way.
I can't wait for the draft. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, and that'll start for us this week. If they have, of course, if there's some sort of gargantuan trade, we'll be all over it. But neither you or I are expecting that. And so it's time to get ready for the draft. And in this year's draft, it's going to clearly for us go beyond pick number 30. They've got 9 picks, something like that. And we got to dig deep into the position groups that matter the most. And that's what we'll do. We'll have fun with all of it.
We sure will. A little fun football note. Just earlier today, the Elite 11 National Quarterback Competition. It's the head coach of the Elite 11 is Legend High School's own Jake Heaps, head coach.
Nice.
He runs that,
Very
and that's been going on for 15, 20, 30 years. Actually, I was part of the original Elite 11. That was with Bob Johnson, Rob Johnson's father, a great man, just passed away this past week. But Elite 11, the regional down in Dallas, Texas, very own out of our backyard here. Titus Eward was the accuracy. He won the accuracy competition for about 150 quarterbacks. So pretty cool for a sophomore in high school.
Very nice. Good for Titus. Slight correction. I was right.
Oh, you're right. Venezuela, Italia.
They play Italy. They play the other American team, the Italian Americans.
Just think how bummed out Bad Bunny is, man. There's no Puerto Rico. Sure, he's pretty tight with the Dominican.
Puerto Rico gave it a good shot. By the way, Puerto Rico had Nolan Arenado coming to bat late to try to be Mr. Clutch, and he could not come up with it for Puerto Rico. That happened.
Does Nolan Arenado make you feel Puerto Rican vibes?
Nolan Arenado? I have no idea where folks are from. I have no
know
idea whatsoever. He's from Southern California, but
why does Puerto Rico get a team, man?
Huh?
Aren't they a colony, or what are they called? A
That's
district?
interesting.
I mean, so should Washington D.C. get a team?
That's an interesting point. I don't know. I've literally never thought of that for a second.
I don't think they have Olympic teams. I think it's just a baseball thing. There's just so many baseball.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyways, Venezuela against Italy. That is tomorrow. And then the U.S. will play the winner of
Masked Singer.
Oh, guess who's going? Guess who's going for Italy tomorrow? The Rockies' own Michael Lorenzen.
Oh, it's going to be glorious.
Who did great against Team USA.
Mowed him down.
All right. We'll get out of here. Coacher, we'll see you on the radio tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'll be there as well a little bit later on. And
March Madness, man. How many teams from the state of Colorado got teams in the men's tournament? That's
right up there with free agents outside of the Broncos organization.
But congratulations to the CSU women's basketball team and the CU women's basketball team. They're both in the NCAA tournament.
Way to go.
Let's go.
We'll see you later. Bye.
Well, it'd be a pain in the ass for him.